I wasn't producing the kind of content that people want to watch. But now I am. I know what I'm doing. I love what I'm doing. And I'm so freaking happy. I haven't uploaded in an entire month because I've been scared. Fear of committing to this. Because every time I do it, it hurts for a minute because of the numbers. Need some help, guys. What are you talking about? Part of me wants to just talk about what's happened and just scream at the top of my fucking lungs. Apparently, there is a cabal of YouTube fans, or previous fans, I should say. I spent the first 5 years of my life on YouTube hating myself because I wanted to make it big. I wanted to become a big YouTuber. I wanted to have the life I always wanted. I never wanted my audience to be hateful. Unfortunately, I can't control that. But unfortunately, there's nothing I can do. It's the human race we're talking about. There's a lot of hate out there. Because does it make me feel guilty? Yes. I'm pissed off. That's the way. It's not like I don't want to work. Every job I get hurts me, and I can't keep doing it. So for I'm sorry. For the foreseeable future, I will be streaming every day, and I'm going to be trying to upload the videos I've recorded. You guys have no idea how much this has affected me and my point of view right now. Like, holy F-bomb.
This is Gamebob, and this is the 8-year-long journey from small creator and the depression that would lead him towards forming a group channel with his best friends, how that would eventually go bad and cause him to lose 4 years worth of hard work and content, all of the struggles, trials, and tribulations that he would go through, and yet his undying determination and will to achieve his goal of becoming a YouTuber.
I just want to keep going. I just want to try, you know? It doesn't matter if I make it or not. I just love trying. And that is my goal.
So who is Gamebob? Well, to answer that, we'll have to start at the very beginning. Our story begins May 15th, 2014, when Gamebob starts the Stranger Gamers channel, although at this point it wasn't called that name, and it wasn't yet a group channel, but instead Gamebob recording his own solo gameplay. You started your channel, which at the time that I found it was called Stranger Gamers, but I would go on to find out later in a later update video that it was actually called something before that. Do you want to talk about that a little bit?
Vabon Dietrich. I'm really good at like just coming up with something on the fly, just this random ass word and using it as like a branding thing. My only issue is back then I thought that one was going to be good for branding, but it was just like it was so hard to spell. And it's just so strange. And at first I just kind of liked it cuz it made me like unique. And it's just like this random word I just came up with, and it sounds like, I don't know, some kind of French. And then later down the road, I realized, okay, I can rebrand and it's gonna be okay. I was terrified to rebrand, and when I was deciding that, I thought, why don't I bring in some friends? Because a lot of my original content had two of my best friends at the time constantly in it. My friend Danny, my friend Tim. And they were like amazing for content. My friends were really good at keeping a flow going with me, even though even back then I would say we were extremely cringe. um, they at least had what it takes to keep me going. And I thought that would be a great idea to try and emulate more often. And so I created Stranger Gamers as the title for the rebranding and everything.
These videos with his friends on his original channel would go on to become the inspiration for Stranger Gamers. Now, unfortunately, because of a situation that will become very apparent later on, most of the videos for Stranger Gamers are actually unlisted or privated. They're not available for me to see. Therefore, I wasn't able to get any footage or do any research or talk about the progression of Stranger Gamers as a whole. So we have to skip forward a few years to December 9th, 2018, where Gamebob makes a video talking about his outlook on YouTube and how he wanted to focus more on the future and being himself instead of trying to recreate his past successes and replicate what he had done on Stranger Gamers.
It's ridiculous because I ended up making myself go into this spiral of I need to make sure I'm exactly who I was a week ago in order to make this video the way I need it to be, or a month ago or a year ago. I have to look at who I was and grab that person and make him me again. And it never occurred to me that I'm doing the wrong thing by doing that, and that I need to look at who I am now, what I enjoy to do, and use that as my source of like empowerment.
In this video, he also announces how he wants to focus on his own solo content and announces a channel under the name of Gamebob.
So, because I did this, I created another YouTube channel. I want to make a YouTube channel that's based off of me and what I want to do with myself.
Now, although this channel was already made at the time of this video's release, there wouldn't be any content on the channel for almost 2 months. This was because he was gathering clips that he would then edit down into a highlight video and send out onto YouTube as an ad. But history would show that he wouldn't actually end up sending that video out as an ad.
At the time, I had a lot of falling outs with friends, and it had started getting to the point where I felt very isolated. So even though I lived with some of my friends, I felt very distant, and I felt like I had a need to express myself more. And so I thought this is the perfect opportunity to rebrand again, but this time completely make a new channel. The main idea behind the new channel was like, I think I have a really good idea to mess with the algorithm. Make the channel, have some pretty like interesting content in a combination video, highlights reel, and then that was the first ad for that channel. Was just put out that video and make it an ad and just see it soar. But I started seeing the numbers on the ad not even slightly start growing my channel, and I was just like, shit, okay, so that's not working. What else can I do? And so I crafted like 17 different videos as ads, and all of them failed, every single one of them, up until the the one that like took off, obviously, was my last chance at really trying. I wasn't gonna try again if I failed that time. So I basically just turned my camera on and asked everybody to subscribe to my channel because I've always wanted this. And like suddenly I had thousands of subscribers just jumping onto the channel, and it was kind of terrifying.
Instead of the gameplay highlights video, he put out a very emotional ad on the verge of tears asking people to subscribe, explaining what YouTube meant to him and how he wanted this to be a career, and it must have touched a lot of people, myself included, because within days he was up to 17,000 subscribers. Now that we've gotten the deep lore for Vapon Dietrich and Stranger Gamers, it's time for us to move on to the main attraction, Gamebob, and his upload, Hello World. On February 13th, 2019, Gamebob would release a video called Hello World, in which he expressed his gratitude at the support that everybody was showing him after the release of the ad.
Content that I like making and is fun and people actually enjoy watching it. Oh, it's like a drug. It's amazing. I love that so much. And I don't know. I'm really freaking happy you guys are here. Like, seriously.
This video is now sitting at 17,000 views, which is by far the biggest video he's ever put out. Less than 4 days later, he would make an update video talking about how his channel had now hit 10,000 subscribers.
So part of me did not think this was possible, but we reached 10,000 subscribers. In fact, we went above that. We reached 12,000 subscribers, and I'm blown away. I spent the entire day yesterday, which is technically today right now for me, just trying to wrap my mind around the fact that we did it. We reached a goal I thought was impossible, and I am so freaking happy right now. You guys have made a lot of things better for me.
And only a month after that, his Twitch account would hit affiliate status, so he could now get custom channel emotes and start making money off of his Twitch. It finally looked like everything was going Gamebob's way. He was still getting subscribers on his channel, his videos were getting thousands of views, and with monetization on his YouTube on the horizon, plus his Twitch affiliacy, he could potentially see this as a way to make a little bit of side money. Unfortunately, things wouldn't keep going Gamebob's way for too much longer, as on April 8th, 2019, he made a video confirming that he had lost his job, but thanks to the support on his Patreon, plus the money he had saved, he would be able to pay his bills for the next 2 months. He also did his best to try and turn this negative into a positive, saying that he would use this time off of work to try and focus more on videos and content creation.
There's a lot of things that just piled up on each other immediately, and it sucked. A lot of them personal, a lot of them business-wise, a lot of them I lost my job, but that's okay because I actually did that on purpose so I could work harder here. And yeah, I saved up money, so I'll be okay for about 2 months. And Twitch has actually become something I can depend on, which if you're not following me, what are you doing?
Although this wouldn't be the case, as only 6 videos would come out in the next 8 weeks. And personally, I believe that this sort of lax upload schedule is a big contributor to why his views shortly after started to begin waning.
Every time I look back at all of my videos, I think, oh, there's so many. But then I actually look at it, and there's so few. And that's because I've put so much time into making content that never goes up. My brain thinks there is enough for people to get a liking of the channel and like hold on to it, but there isn't at all. It's not even slightly the case. And so my it's sometimes hard for me to upload content without it feeling very perfect, like what I want it to feel like. Specifically because it feels like I don't have enough of what makes it me. And then it's just like this constant battle. It's cognitive dissonance is what it is. It's trying to figure out the in-between and always having a misconception of what's actually there on the channel for people to see.
As we head into Chapter 3, unfortunately things would get a whole lot worse for Gamebob before they would get better. On June 12, 2019, he made a video talking about how he was working on a large project that would solidify his channel, and how he was going to take that video and turn it into a second ad.
It would mean the world to me after I upload tomorrow's video if you guys would just spam your Facebook, spam your Twitter, just share the link out. Just try and get people to see that that video exists. And I know for a fact it's going to work. I know it's not going to work immediately. I just know that that's going to be the video that is what does it. It's what grabs people's attention and brings it into the channel. I've been wanting to do something like this for a while, but I've been postponing it and postponing it and postponing it because I wanted to make sure I was ready. And I feel like right now is that time. And I'm also going to be doing another ad when I can. Obviously, I don't have any kind of funds for an ad right now, or else I would. But I'm trying my best to get a job right now. So when I do get a job, I probably will do another ad.
Now, although this isn't the exact turning point in terms of statistics where his channel began to fully dwindle away to what it is now, I believe it was the symbolic turning point. Remember back in chapter 1 when he made the video talking about how he wanted to focus on the future and being himself and not trying to recreate the successes of the past?
And I used to think that I had to like grab onto that part of myself from back then and just hold on to it as tight as possible so I never let go. And then it's ridiculous because I ended up making myself go into this spiral of I need to make sure I'm exactly who I was a week ago in order to make this video the way I need it to be.
Well, unfortunately, this video can be taken in a way where it seems like he's trying to recreate the success of the ad, which was the first time that his channels had seen any real substantial traction. This decision to try and recreate the success of the ad may have been driven by the fact that at this point, every single upload was costing him subs, and not a single video in the next week after this was released would break 1,000 views.
It is exactly as it sounds. It was just I felt like I had really fallen to the grasp of channel death. Even though even today I still get enough views that I'm not dead channel, especially with how much support I get.
Yeah.
Which definitely like compounds the fact that like all of this was just this naivety of misunderstanding the algorithm, for one.
On the bright side, Gamebob would also announce that after 2 months he had finally found a temporary job doing demolition for a construction agency. But unfortunately, even this would end up being a double-edged sword, as the physical toll taken on his body plus the time commitment would mean that he would have to almost completely take a break from YouTube for the next 2 months, only uploading maybe a few videos here and there.
I'm going to be doing everything I can to get videos up, but just know it's going to be like once, maybe twice a week for the next few weeks. But once that's over, once that's all done, I'll be back to doing as many videos as I possibly can do at any given time. It was really weird because it was like right after I had made my video saying, hey, I'm going to be putting my effort into doing as many videos as possible all the time again. All of a sudden, I get a job that takes up all of my time. My God.
And at this point, you can begin to see the death spiral starting to form. With the crazy view to sub ratio and losing subscribers every single time he uploads, the YouTube algorithm will see this as a dying channel and further reduce promoting the channel to new people, which just pushes you further and further down the hole. And once a death spiral is started on a channel, it's almost impossible to get out of. And his inability to upload due to work commitments would only exacerbate the situation even further. About a month later, Gamebob would make a very important update video called What is Gamebob?, in which he would do a full career retrospective up to this point, in which we find out about, the channel he had before this, Zaphon Dietrich, the formation of Stranger Gamers, what YouTube means to him, everything like this. But there's one point I want to focus on specifically, and that's a part where he talks about reaching out to bigger content creators and being called a leech for it.
I started reaching out to bigger YouTubers thinking maybe I can collab with someone and they can help me grow as a channel. I just need that first boost is what was in my head every day. I just needed that first boost and then everything would take off from that point. But every time I reached out to a YouTuber, I got one of two things. No response, or I was told I was a leech. Again. I reached out to this specific YouTuber once. I looked up to him too. And his words hurt so much to hear. And I talked to him for back and forth on emails for a week. Just trying to get a better response from him. I didn't even care that he refused me. I just thought maybe he was just in a bad mood, but every time he wrote me, it was worse and worse. And that killed me. Because when I was told that I was just a terrible person for even trying, I could never make another person feel like that. Ever.
Now, as you can probably tell, I am making a video on Gamebob, and I reached out to him to try and do an interview, and he stuck to his word. And that's one thing that I think separates Gamebob from a lot of content creators, is that he very much means what he says.
But like any small YouTuber who's looking for help, I'm 100% down. 100% down. Because if anybody deserves like actually getting some views, I always feel like it should be someone else, because I've already failed in a sense. That always comes to mind for one. And then there's this like sensation of how it felt when basically yelled at me, and I cried. I couldn't take what they said. It felt like a hero had just told me I was a villain, and I was just thrown aside as if I was nothing. And I would never want that for anybody. And I just really appreciate that that's recognized. I don't do things to get recognized for shit, but there's that, like, it is nice.
I will leave a link to this video in the description, as well as an iCard appearing on screen right now. Just because I feel like, honestly, I can't do this video justice. I can't get across the raw emotions that he has in this video. So I suggest you go check it out and form your opinion on it from there. Now, unfortunately for Gamebob, this moment of self-reflection wouldn't help to stem the tide of his declining channel. And alongside the decline in his channel, there was about to be a lot of decline in his personal life as well. Not only was Gamebob unemployed at this point, but on September 29th, he would make a video letting his fan base know that he was living out of his friend's garage.
That's all you need in life, is a fridge. I have a garage to myself now.
And despite getting a job shortly after this would be a very short-lived thing, as only a month later, he would make a video announcing that he had lost that job due to taking time off for a back injury he had sustained while on a probationary period.
So I've learned something about life, and that is that no matter what happens, the moment things look like they're going to be great, they're going to fall apart very fast. As you guys are aware, from yesterday's video, I had a back injury, and because of that, I was out of work for a week. I had a doctor's note. I had what I thought was the legal right to be out of work for a while. I had paperwork filled out that I took to my boss and everything. And when I went in yesterday for the first day back, they fired me because I was not adhering to their probationary period. Basically means that because I was new, they had the right to fire me for any reason they give. I'm a little pissed. I spent yesterday crying.
And then again 2 months later after this video, he would end up making a video from a hospital bed in the ER after re-aggravating his back injury.
Yeah, this happened again. I wasn't expecting this at all. In fact, I thought I was healed. And then it turns out that I wasn't, so that's great. And
his butt broke.
It's great.
I love how you turn it to me. Like, say something.
Now, this is where I was supposed to go into Chapter 4 and tell you about Gamebob's redemption arc and his eventual second fall into housing and job troubles, and lead you up to the modern day, tell you about the cabal of YouTube haters and everything like that. But unfortunately, as of right now, I've sort of lost a lot of the passion I had for this video when I first started making it, and rather than forcing myself to make a video that I'm not enjoying making and rushing something out, I decided that I'm going to take a small break to work on some stuff that I actually, am feeling a little bit more passionate about right now, and then come back and make a part 2 finishing off the story talking about the redemption arc of Gamebob. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. We're almost to 500 subscribers. The support has been insane lately. Like here's a picture of 500 people to give you context of how crazy that is. So I just want to say thank you to everybody. But anyway, I'll talk to you guys later. I'll peace out, I guess.
Bust down, Tatiana. I wanna see you bust down. Pick it up now, break that shit down. Speed it up, then slow that shit down. On the gang, bust it, bust down. Bust it, bust down. On the gang, bust down, Tatiana. Bust down, Tatiana. I wanna see you bust down.